It's your boy G-reg, man. We back with another video. Today we are reacting to fucking EWU Crime Story Time. My bad, sorry, I was doing something over here. When a cannibal vlogs his murders. Damn. Hey, this one's gonna be decent. Wait, actually, let me check the audio real quick and make sure that I have everything hooked up.
On trillions of signals into
Let me check the audio.
Join Planet Fitness today and save. Just $1 down, $15 a month. Offer ends.
Damn, why is this shit so fucking loud? I have two mics. What the fuck? I don't know what the fuck. Now let's check it.
There's always the mission is first.
Let's check it.
That's the called to be in Christ.
Though
no one knew it at the time, Alexander Kenua was about to do something unthinkable. His self-recorded videos give us a chilling glimpse into his twisted mind in the days before he committed a truly disturbing act.
Do you see a bag of charcoal? Go ahead and open it.
That's only part of it. I tasted something. It's tasting whatever principle of your sauce. Just spice, slow baked spice.
So this will happen to that. Keep doing that shit again, that's gonna keep it happening.
On the morning of May 25th, 2012, 37-year-old Kujo Bonsafo Agie Kodie, an international student from Ghana, went out for a morning jog and never came home. Kujo has spent the last 6 months living with the family of one of his friends, Dr. Anthony Kenua, a physics lecturer at Morgan State University. And when Kujo failed to return home...
Chat, man, this is your one time to hit the smoke break. Get your little card in, get your blunt in, get your wood in, whatever you got, wax, whatever you got, go get it and smoke it. If you don't smoke, don't start. Don't start, motherfuckers. Go work out, go do something good with your life. Alright, that's your little smoke break.
Home that evening, the family grew concerned. That concern evolved into outright fear when the family discovered that Kujo's wallet, ID, and phone were still in the basement. Even if he could go out somewhere with them, there was no chance he would have left these items behind. Feeling that something was wrong, the Kenuas called the police. They had no idea just how wrong things were.
Ow!
Though the police responded immediately to the report and sent detectives.
Ow! I have one of those skin or ear whiteheads.
Interview the
a whitehead in my ear.
Searched the property. Nothing
fucking
of note
bitch
was found, apart from a dead fox in a container behind the Kenua's home. This curious finding will later prove integral in the most sickening way. Eventually, cadaver dogs are brought in to go over the wooded area behind the Kenua's home, but they find nothing. The only thing of note uncovered is the fact that red pepper flakes have been sprinkled on the ground in the house, specifically in the basement. This is another detail that will prove crucial later. It seemed like the case was rapidly getting cold, but an unexpected discovery was about to change everything. 4 days after Kujo's disappearance, Jared Kenua, the youngest boy in the family, was down in the basement when he found something that made his blood run cold. After confronting his older brother Alex about it, Jared told the rest of the family what he'd found, and the police were once again quickly called to the scene. In an interview with detectives, Jared revealed the nightmare he found in the basement.
We're here to talk about it.
I'm not gonna lie, that car hit me, man.
Why don't you go ahead, just in your own words, tell me what happened.
Last night, right before I took a shower, I was gonna go get my laundry bag. So I went down to the basement and I opened the laundry door and I saw my blanket on top of a box. And as I was lifting the blanket up, I saw two pans for baking, and in between them was a cutting board. So I lifted up the pans, and in it I saw 3 different objects, and they were kind of black with some gravy substance looking at them, and it looked like hands and a head. And
what? Fuck you.
As soon as I saw that, I really couldn't distinguish whether it was a face or somebody's face I knew or something. But I looked at it and I stopped myself. I stopped what I was doing. I went upstairs and I asked Alex, come down here. And I asked him, what is it? And he said, don't worry about it. Don't worry about it. It's none of your business and all that stuff. And he started avoiding my question.
Alongside interviewing Jared, detectives also spoke with Alex about this disturbing and suspicious discovery. As Alex has read his rights, the interview hits a slight snag.
Are you willing to talk to me after being advised of your rights? And that's, again, a yes or a no question. Same thing as the one on top. Okay, and then your initial right there. And, oh, wait, you gotta read that last one. What this one says is, have I threatened you or forced you in any way to make you talk to me?
Yes.
Have I really, or yes or no?
Yes. I was.
Do you think I did? I did threaten you? Because I'm not trying to threaten you.
This dude's a bitch. Already off the bat, he's a fucking pussy. Hey, Alex, go fuck Alex Kanya. Go fuck yourself.
But I just take it as this.
Well, tell me then how because I don't want you to feel that way. So if you feel that way, I want to make sure you know that I'm not threatening you and I'm not trying to scare you or anything like that.
I'm in a confined room in an undisclosed location with behind a locked door with a CCTV.
The door's not locked?
No, detectives, I don't know. I'm threatened right now.
Okay, well, let me keep.
Bro, you're a bitch. Yeah, fucking throw him in jail. Fuck this pussy, bro. What a fucking victimizing bitch, bro. Fuck that dude, bro. And yeah, ain't he a cannibal? I just read that shit. Fuck you, you fucking pussy, bro. Let me find out some fuck shit about you.
The door is not locked. Okay.
I feel threatened.
We're in.
I feel threatened. And he's smiling about it, bro. What a fucking bitch, dog.
Okay.
You a pussy.
And the door's not locked. And I am not armed. I don't have a gun on me at all. You can see right there. And neither does that detective.
Though there are different policies, it's typically recommended that officers aren't armed in the interrogation room. It helps calm the person being interviewed and prevents them from saying they were threatened or they were scared because the officer was armed. As well, officers don't want to wear a gun in order to lower the chance that someone takes it from them.
Well,
your minds are weapons, though.
Well, I can't take my mind away. There's no guns in here. No one wants to hurt me. Okay, so you understand I'm not trying to threaten you?
Right.
Okay.
Outside it.
Okay.
Less than 10 minutes into the interview, and Alex is already handling this differently than most people in this situation would. But is this strange behavior an indication that he knows something about Cujo's disappearance?
Can you tell me what happened tonight?
Yes, last week I collected a jackal farm. Tribe animals, that's what sometimes I can catch, sometimes a jackal. But this morning I saw it's like a wild dog. I can give you a description for a wild dog. That's not wild dog, it's like a coyote. Full tightness. Like they have fur on it. Maybe have like a less than an inch of fur. But my cat was outside and I just happened to be upstairs looking outside and I seen the coyotes. So I figured, you know what? I remember catching that fox that was roadkill. So I figured let me gut it up and try and catch it.
Alex continues to ramble about the wild dog for several minutes, derailing the conversation and giving the officers a lot of seemingly useless information. But there's actually a sneaky reason he's done this.
You realize what your brother thought, though, right? Or thinks. He thinks that it's pieces of Cujo is what he thought. Did you realize he thought that? Or you didn't realize till I just said so?
He said that he saw was something that was blacking him. Like, he couldn't really describe it, and he said he wasn't sure. And he mentioned it to my father and mother.
Look at how he's holding his hands, bro. This dude's a fucking freak. He's a freak. He's a deer in the headlights right now. That's what he is. He's fucking froze. He don't know what the fuck to do, bro. Real shit. Fuck this dude, bro. He's a like.
But no, human skull.
Human what now?
Skull. Like human parts or anything. Because he said there was a head, and I said there's a jackal head right there. The coyote forks, and the paws, and the inside. I couldn't bring the intestines in because they're already eaten. So it's just parts of it. And besides, I wanted to skin it, try to make like a dream catcher.
Were they parts of Cujo?
No. The dogs that came out today, they were searching and everything. I'm sure they'd have picked the scent. You know?
Alex is incredibly confident when he uses the cadaver dogs to assert his innocence. But why is he so sure the dogs won't pick up a scent in the basement? One obvious explanation actually has to do with the red pepper flakes that were found scattered throughout the floor of the basement. It's a commonly believed yet disproven myth that red pepper flakes can fool cadaver dogs into not smelling human remains. What they can do is potentially burn the dog's nose, but this would still not prevent them from indicating remains if there were any.
Ignite the fairways.
With Fireball.
Jiminy Cricket, you don't even have a club in your hand!
However, as will later be uncovered, there is a far more sickening reason that the dogs didn't pick up on anything in the Kinua home. Still, it's entirely possible Alex believed the myth about red pepper, especially given some of his self-recorded videos.
Now the question is about planning the unthinkable, because now how are the new powers going to use nuclear, biological, and chemical weapons? Sooner or later, the countryside is going to be torn in battlefields. It already is, and battlefields are slowly erupting.
Protect your life. Nobody is safe, no matter where you are. It could be even in your own room. It could be even in your own school. It could be in anywhere.
Well, why wouldn't why would your brother think there were human parts? Because he's been around animals. He said you guys used to cut up animals back on the farm or something like that.
We've cut up goats not far from here, no.
And he seems to think that what he saw tonight were human parts as opposed to animal.
Well, I showed him the carcass that I actually had, so
He's just confused, you think?
I would say he's confused. He's very smart.
Alex quickly steals a glance at the detectives after saying this, potentially trying to measure their reaction to his self-contradictory response. With Alex adamantly sticking to his story about the cut-up animal parts, detectives decide to switch gears.
You know where Cujo's at?
After he mentioned his case, because I remember several years ago, he had a charge, I think it was something on, I don't know the details specific. That's the only details I don't know of this case, and he never spoke about it even when he went to immigration.
Alex's rambling can also be seen many times throughout his strange and disturbing vlogs.
The sun and the sky. The sun is very powerful. Energy, the solar flares it can deliver to this planet itself. It knock out every electronics, every mechanical, electromechanical apparatuses around the world, even in the sky itself. Airplanes will not fly.
Bro, I'm not, bruh, I don't want to say too much. There's certain types of people in America, especially, bro, in America, that believe in, global warming and all that stuff, and that they think that, I don't know. I don't want to say too much, but yeah, there's a lot of people like this, and I wonder if they're all like this, really, like really this fucked up.
Cell phone towers was knocked out.
In an attempt to deal with Alex's knack for rambling, the detectives decide to be direct with him.
Yes, did you kill Cujo?
No.
Did you cut him up?
No.
Because you're interested to see what you said you dissect these things surgically, did you?
No. I've seen morticians do that.
Right. I mean,
Not in
do you have curiosity to do it yourself?
No. My curiosity does not extend that far. I've been exposed to body parts at an early age. I've seen people's brains blown out. I've seen people dead and everything.
Where is that?
You know about documentaries?
Oh. On TV, you're saying?
Documentaries.
On TV? I don't know what you mean. Documentaries is a TV program?
Documentary, yeah. Some of them are on the internet.
Sensing that they're not going to get anything useful from Alex, detectives end the interview and conduct a search of the Kinua home, completely unaware of the horror they were about to walk into. In the basement, officers retrieved the charred aluminum roasting pans that had allegedly had human remains in them. Not far from the pans were what appeared to be clippings of short, dark hair that had been wrapped in a paper towel and thrown in a wastebasket. In the laundry room, they find a roasting bag that could usually be used for poultry, scarred by the same charred residue seen on the pan, and treated with an oily cleaner. In the room, they also found a camo t-shirt with what appeared to be bloodstains down the front. But this is only the beginning of the disturbing discoveries. Alex's bedroom is locked with a deadbolt and marked with a wooden sign reading, "Either some greater force of terror than death must be devised, or death will not be enough for coercion."
Observe the sunlight, the shadows, the shadow. Call me shadow.
In Alex's bedroom,
Bro
officers
is
found
crazy.
the documentaries he mentioned, as well as multiple leather whips, a large hunting knife, and 2 machetes. These discoveries are overshadowed by what the officers find next. On the underside of Alex's mattress is a massive bloodstain, one so large that officers immediately theorize that whoever the blood belongs to is almost certainly dead. While they weren't able to find the body parts that Jared claimed to have seen, everything else the officers found in the basement points towards Alex being involved in Cujo's death. Eager to find out the truth behind this mystifying case, detectives sat back down with Alex for another interview. His explanation for the blood is shocking, to say the least.
Life is more legal than you think, and LegalZoom is here to help. Whether it's registering a business...
You and I, Chris, again, we're not here to get a confession from you or anything like that. One of the things that I asked you is I'm going to email you, right? Because, let me explain that. There is psychology to that, and I'm going to tell you why. Because let's say that someone robs a bank, and I find out that this person has a wife that's dying of cancer. Is that the same as the guy that comes in wearing a mask and puts a gun in somebody's head because he wants to get parted out with that money? Are they the same 2 people?
Already, this detective appears to be taking a more strategic approach than the previous detective.
He's trying to get in his
setting
head.
the stage for a conversation that will make Alex actually want to confess. One way he does this is by quickly introducing the idea that committing a crime does not make someone evil, and that certain people may commit crimes for reasons that are morally justified. The officer doesn't believe this, but is saying it to try to get Alex to admit to something. Unlike in his last interview, however, the detectives are ready for his rambling.
You know what forensic science is all about?
I don't believe what TV says too much about it. However, I'm aware that it's a hard and useful science.
Do you believe that deoxyribonucleic acid is an indicator to identify who an individual is?
X, Y chromosomes, and you can also identify the GMOs humans from it. You can extract it.
So you can tell the difference between the blood of a fox and the blood of a human being?
Yes.
What do you think the blood of your mattress should?
That's a blood from period.
From period?
Yeah, my bonus period.
What would that be?
Oh, she doesn't stay.
Just know that the blood that was in
the box. The box. That's a box right there.
What if I told you?
Bro's got an excuse for everything.
I told you that was human blood.
Then I have to show you exactly what's it dried up with, especially.
There's a little bit of both.
Then either that was fine to do because I did have the fox there when my father saw me there. He told me to take that out of the house for my knowledge. So we take it out because it was last month. So I took it out.
While searching Alex's room, police discovered a journal that contained extensive notes on how detectives and suspects commonly behave in interrogations. Some of his notes included, quote, "The capacity for resistance is diminished by disorientation. The end of an interrogation should be planned before questioning starts. The kinds of questions asked, the methods employed, and even the goals sought may be shaped by what will happen when the end is reached. The poorest interrogations are those that trail off into an inconclusive nothingness. The successful interrogation of a strongly resistant source ordinarily involves two key processes: the calculated regression of the interrogatee and the progression of an acceptable rationalization. If these two steps have been
Bro, this dude is a fucking lunatic.
Tractability by means of conversion. In other words, a subject who has finally divulged the information sought, and who is given a reason for divulging which saves his self-esteem, his conscience, or both, will often be in a mood to take the final step of accepting the interrogator's values. His journal could explain in part why Alex keeps derailing the officer's questions.
So, what would you say? Was Cujo a violent person?
He had a tendency, I wouldn't necessarily say to be violent, but you can speak to every witness or even people who
well, you know I'm speaking to you because you knew him very well.
Not at all.
Why? He said he had. Homie said he had.
He had a tendency.
Had. Not has. Had. They got him. Bingo.
I wouldn't necessarily say to be violent, but you can speak to every
Let me be a cop, bruh.
or even people who
well, you know I'm speaking to you because you knew him very well.
Not at all.
I'm gonna go make a bowl of cereal. Fuck. I need something to wake my ass up, bro. I'm not gonna lie.
Up until he got incarcerated. After that, he started talking. He came out much more like something different.
In 2007, 5 years earlier, Cujo was accused of assaulting a female graduate student at Morgan State University, the same school Alex currently attends, and trying to scare her into dating him by obtaining her social security number and phone number. Cujo wasn't only expelled from the school, but he was found guilty of a fourth-degree offense, stalking, harassment, and sentenced to 18 months in prison. Toward the end of his sentence, Cujo's visa was revoked and he was sent to a federal facility in Texas. Dr. Kenua, Alex's father, helped Cujo find legal representation. After his release, Cujo moved in with the Kenuas. Although Alex is stating that he doesn't know if Cujo is violent, that's not quite true. He referenced Cujo's case in the previous interview, and even went so far as to say that Cujo talked to the Kenuas about it.
You know where Cujo's at?
After he mentioned his case, because I remember several years ago, he had a charge. He mentioned something to my brother about the woman who got him in trouble, something like that.
Alex seems to be downplaying Cujo's dark past, and it could be because he has an unsavory past of his own.
So, you yourself were caught up in a situation not too long ago at college where you were accused of an act of violence. I wasn't there. I don't know the circumstances behind it.
Let me just break it down real quick.
Sure, if you can do.
Well, I could be in a body bag right now. That's how I look at it. I stay with people who want to jeopardize our college experience and also our education in the world.
He was a narc. Homie's a narc, bro. Yeah.
I just have to be in mix of it. I could have moved that shit, but because of that person and their behavior, which jeopardized my safety, bringing people out of his house.
You're a pussy, bro.
Rooms on me. I never stayed rooms feeding threats. So I had to defend my life. You stopped the threat. I mean, definitely had one. The only fact is that I went about it because I didn't go outside to look for him.
Yeah, you did.
He came to our apartment. And he could have been armed, and he is armed sometimes.
So your perception is you stopped the threat. He was a threat, and you had to stop that threat. I think that's a fair assessment. Don't you? Okay.
Before Alex had returned home from college, right before Cujo's disappearance, he spent a few days behind bars. Police spoke with Alex's roommate, Devin Keys, about Alex's strange behavior leading up to the incident.
Hello? This is Devin. Hey, sir, it's Detective Lane. So, like I was telling you before, I wanted to talk to you about Alex, and you were his roommate on a daily basis?
Yes, sir.
Okay. How long had you guys been living together?
We've been in the same dorm for 2 years, but that was my first year actually living in the same room with him.
Now, were you a friend of Alex, or you guys just lived together?
Yeah, I was a friend of his.
Okay. In the last couple years, had his behavior changed at all?
His behavior started changing in, I'll say, about December or January of this last year.
Okay. What kind of things did you see that made you think his behavior was changing?
Well, he just started acting different.
People could have been united. You should mistake something. Why? What did they let that go?
Did you ever see him have a skeleton hand? Not a real skeleton, but like a medical skeleton type of thing.
Yeah, he had one of those.
He had one of those. Now, when did he start carrying that around?
I'll say around March, maybe.
Did he ever do anything in his rooms that were strange or out of the ordinary?
He had weird videos that he used to watch, and then he would he had like chanting books or something like that.
Chanting books?
I call them chanting books because they're not like normal. Well, I don't want to say normal religious books, but I was something kind of like voodoo, I guess.
Voodoo kind of thing?
Yeah.
The videos you're speaking of, what kind of videos would they be?
War videos, like torture, stuff along that end.
Other people who knew Alex also noticed a change in his behavior.
I'm not gonna lie. I watch war videos on Twitter, bro.
Alex started going by the nickname Mufasa. The latter fact became known when an RA had responded to a situation in which someone going by the name Mufasa had broken a window in an apartment building. But this wasn't the incident that resulted in Alex's time in jail.
The young man he assaulted down there at your dorm room, did him and that young man have a problem? Like, was there kind of tension between the two of them, or did it surprise you that he did that?
It surprised me because, like, just the other a couple of days before it happened, like, they were just talking about regular stuff, and then that happened.
In an exclusive interview with Ewu, Joshua Caesar, the man that Alex attacked, talks about his close call with death.
I knew Kenua as an acquaintance. We both went to the same school together, Morgan State University.
Joshua said that he was meeting a friend after graduation and decided to wait for her at the apartment where Alex also happened to live.
And when I walked through that door, as soon as I crossed the threshold, I heard what I know to be God at this point now.
Morgan State University.
I felt something waving over me. And so I put my arm up, and underneath my arm, I could see a man standing there with a black sheet over his head. And I was knocked unconscious.
The man in the black sheet was none other than Alex Kenua. Alex had attacked Joshua with a baseball bat wrapped in barbed wire and chains.
What the?
I woke up in the back of the house.
I'm in possession of evidence of an unlawful cover-up. I just want to give everything back.
Just take this number.
Looks terrible. You suck at acting.
Fortunately, Joshua's friends, Mac and Meriwether, were nearby to intervene before things took an even bigger turn.
Mac opened the door. He says, "Stay in here. Don't go anywhere." I said, what happened? He said, stay here. Then he closed the door. About a few seconds later, I hear a bunch of rumbling, dum, 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 and commotion. I didn't know what was going on out there still to that time. Matt came back inside and he said, come out. When I came out, there was blood all over the place. And I didn't realize at that time it was mine.
With no memory of the attack, Joshua had to ask his friends about what happened that day.
He said, well, Matt said, we were playing the game when we heard a scream, a shriek. We ignored it. So Merriweather said, nope, that didn't sound right. And opened the door, and he saw Kenya was standing over top of me with a knife. There was a struggle and a fight over my body. That noise and commotion I said that I heard in the restroom that I was waiting in till Max said come back out was them fighting off Kenya a second time from coming in to get back to me.
Mac and Merriweather bravely fought off Alex until he fled to a nearby wooded area. He was found by campus police shortly after and charged with assault and reckless endangerment.
That's it?
After paying a bond of $220,000, Alex's family brought him home on May 23rd.
What?
2 days before Cujo went missing. Joshua's injuries...
They paid a $200,000 bond for this motherfucker to get out?
With assault and reckless endangerment. After paying a bond of $220,000, Alex's family brought him home on May 23rd, 2 days before Cujo went missing. Joshua's injuries included a shoulder fracture and multiple skull fractures. He also lost sight in his left eye permanently. Joshua credits his survival to his friends that protected him from Alex and
bro.
the campus police officers that kept him awake after losing so much blood.
For real, W homies, man.
Joshua was. It was far from the only incident involving Alex.
Yeah. Uh-huh. I beat open your bed and I jerked off and I sparked on. Got something to say, man? You can look in on your bed. Hope you have a good night's sleep. DP on them freaks. Super freak, huh? You like them super freaks? So I got you on. Phone over your bed. Playing games out here. Who's playing with you? Nobody's playing with you. Matter of fact, I don't have the respect.
Is this still recording? Yeah. Yo, I have no idea what the fuck just happened, bro. Alright. We're back, I think. I don't know what happened there.
I could be calling no more. So this will happen so that you keep doing that shit again, that's gonna keep happening. Listen, next time some shit will be more. Here's what will happen.
Hold on. So this bitch. There. There we go. I am. My bad.
Devin also had some insight into this incident between Alex and a fellow Morgan State student.
Are you familiar with something when Alex maybe went into somebody's bedroom, did something on their bed? Did you hear that story?
Oh, yes, I heard that story.
Okay, who told you about that, Alex or somebody else?
He told me.
And what did he tell you?
He said that somebody disrespected him, so he disrespected them in return.
And did he tell you what he did?
He went to the guy's bedroom and on that bed.
Did he tell you how they disrespected him in the first place?
No, he wasn't telling me that.
Okay. Do you think there really was an argument between him and that gentleman, or you think this is just something he was imagining?
I would say it was something that he either imagined or he just took out of hand.
It wasn't just Alex's friends who had to deal with his baseless accusations.
And right now, I'm following somebody who I thought was watching over here getting a phone call. Not even him. See right there? It won't make sense.
All the names were put on the board. Now, the hotel is storage. And then our phones and the scarecrow has a stand. And then the boy that is picked up as the lead the scarecrow. Jerry clothes. You must each individually face deal with clothes. This is another lovely play because people infected now. They infected. The device that was going to get them in the transplant to another very few.
Based on his self-recorded videos and the accounts from those who knew him, it seems like Alex's aggression was ramping up during March, April, and May of 2012, before finally culminating in the terrifying attack on Joshua Caesar. All of these incidents involve Alex taking extreme actions based on perceptions that have no basis in reality. Realizing that this could be a possible motivation for Alex to have killed Cujo, the detectives dive into trying to uncover the truth behind Cujo's disappearance. Nothing can prepare them for what Alex eventually reveals.
Yeah, this dude's a nutcase.
Fresh, chef-crafted meals in over 2,000 locations. Farmer's Fridge, good to go.
The issue of Morgan State, that guy, you perceived him to be a threat.
His mother.
You perceived him to be a threat. And then I asked you if Cujo was a threat, and you initially, I don't really know. Well, if he was involved in terrorist activities, if he was involved with bad people or bad things that were going on, and he's living at your parents' home, on their room, with your siblings and yourself, how would you not say that he's not a threat?
Like Cujo's case, as far as for him staying with our family, he stayed with our family before. He has done what he has to do, and that's when he got taken, arrested and all that. His behavior shifted.
But you were so big about that.
No, what I mean is that his behavior shifted is as far as for how he went about his business. It's more so people can tell you much more whether he was much more involved with people or less more introverted.
Alex seems to be having difficulty explaining himself the more the detective engages with his logic.
Yeah, this dude's an
it's
idiot.
growing harder for him to make denials. Alex then alleges something about Cujo that's somehow even more shocking than anything else revealed so far.
When you start connecting the pieces together, to me, it made more sense that even though he's trying to get himself back up on his feet, however, at the same time, he may not necessarily be doing that, he may have some other ulterior motives. And especially speaking to my mother, and we mentioned earlier that I was having troubles going to the basement to use a washer, and I spoke to Master Cujo put his hands on it, and that's when I knew that something was wrong, and then I just went ahead and just fixed it. I didn't know something but something that happened. I don't think anything happened.
How do you feel about that?
I don't feel nothing.
It doesn't make you angry.
Anger is going to be there too. Anger is part of us. Don't put that gay wise.
So, couldn't be gay wise stopping the threat?
Stopping the threat could be something.
The pain is coming, the pain is going. They couldn't believe it, but now it's flowing. They f***ing saw it. They got their mouths zipped up, cause they know when they up, it's gonna get zipped up and thrown across the cut. They couldn't sort it. They couldn't sort it out. The body's moving down the prison. Now it's so distorted.
Listen, you are responsible for what happened to Cujo. As far as his death goes, you know, why you committed that act. They caused that. That's what I need to understand.
I do know that he has been manipulated and taking advantage of my father's good heart and my family's kindness.
You're not going to stand for that. Is that clear?
Right. And on top of that, he also gives us signs, like I say, classifies church behavior.
Well, I do know.
But I don't know how he acts and everything, because I have, you look at my bookshelf, certain type of books and material that I read. But with him, he sat directly next to the library where I have those type of books there. And then every time I notice, he would go to one and he would look at me like, or he would give me a certain look. He would give me a look like he doesn't want me to find something, he didn't hide something. So every time I would come downstairs, he would rush to hide something. Like, what is he hiding? What is he doing? Whenever I went to my room, my things were moving around, so he was definitely my room.
Warren, please.
Tell me what it was that put together with that where you said, this is it.
I asked Cooper to put his hands on me. Thought about it and dreamed about it.
So, was this something that you planned, or was it straight out of when you confronted him?
I didn't confront him. I told him already that night.
What did you say?
I spoke to him briefly. We arranged my side of the room. Me and him to go in to one corner, put all my stuff there, fixed up everything. And I just asked him some brief questions, because he started working out and all that, trying to do his muscles and all that. I was like, okay, I don't fight, especially people coming to my family and do something else.
So, just tell me what you did.
I mean, this confession.
So, how did you kill him?
I won't say I killed him. Now, I'm asking you that, though. So basically, I suppose that was it.
I meant, what did you do?
I'm just speaking to him.
Did you hit him with a hatchet? Did you hit him with a pipe?
I won't go into detail.
Create spellbinding campaigns with full funnel advertising.
Life is terrible, but it could be even terrible. My family, I could be where my family right now.
With this proclamation, Alex has fully admitted that he believes he killed Cujo in order to protect his family.
I don't know the truth. So again, you're a logical, well-thought man, right? Who was there when you took his life? Just you and him? Because he can't talk.
Just as the detectives start to make progress, things take a turn for the bizarre.
I talk to dead people. Well, right now, I'm not interested in talking to anyone down. I'm only interested in one person, and that's Alex. And that's my only interest.
Whether or not Alex genuinely believes that he can somehow communicate with the dead, the phrasing and tone of his retort, as well as the fact that he's bringing this up unprompted in a serious murder investigation, arguably betrays his intent to be defiant.
He's a dumbass.
Over just yet. Detectives have to once again do their best to get him on track.
Clearly, you perceive Cujo as a threat to your family. There was a point in time where a decision was made by you that this has got to stop. This is going to end right here. So there's two things I don't know. Is it something that was a spontaneous because of something that he did? Or is this something that you said, this is how I'm going to fix this problem?
Chat, why are my eyeballs dry?
Funny thing is Cujo, when he started doing the things he did, he started moving from house to house, and I knew that something was up. And his personality, just based on his character and how this is, that I was conducting, I was like, something's about to go. And I didn't visit my family. Period. He got it up. And I just played some music. And went to work.
I know what you mean by you went to work. But I need you to explain to me how you went to work.
You've been able to see it and take the order.
After hours of grueling investigation and interrogations, Alex is finally willing to give up the details of this crime.
About time.
However, no one was prepared for the depths of his depravity, nor the stomach-churning reality of what happened to Cujo Codier. It seems the officers take Alex outside for a cigarette and continue recording the audio of his disturbing confession.
Where did Cujo go? You're not going to find him. Can you tell me? I get that reference one. Okay, where is it? It's right under your nose. It's not at the police station, I hope. No. Okay, wait. But one is in my stomach. Is it in your what? In your stomach?
Are you fasting? Are you starving? Are you hungry? What's going on?
Bro is crazy.
Man.
What part was that? What part was that?
As startling as this admission is,
Alex
isn't done with the horrifying reveals.
When did that happen? Yesterday. Other body parts, are they, can you give me an idea where they are? You might find them. Did you put them in the rest of the body? Is it the rest of the body itself? You just cut out certain parts? Or that's dissected. So you just...
What charges am I facing right now? I mean, I'm already facing 30 years. So, what charges am I facing?
What charges will you be facing? What you're telling me, you took his life, yes?
Okay. So,
I'm asking. I know it was rhetorical. I shouldn't have said that. Did you take his life?
I mean, he's not in existence.
Okay.
I could have helped him fake his death.
Obviously, that would be murder charges. I mean, you're a smart kind of guy. We know what they're basically going to make. If you can tell me, are there pieces of Cujo in and around in or around your house? Excuse me. Is that a yes?
You're looking for his head?
Yes.
Well, his head is there.
Is it in the, how is it taken care of? Can you tell me any more of that?
His head is, you have anybody at the house right now? Can you get him on the phone?
Sure.
Through the phone, Alex guides the officer to his gruesome leftovers.
Okay, go to the dining room. Okay, there's a big cabinet, one cabinet that has like glass shelves on it. You see the white shelves? Now go to the bottom, move the box of books over there. At the bottom of the cabinet, move the boxes and open one of the shelves.
And the house is...
Do you see a bag of charcoal? Go ahead and open it.
Do you see it? What it is inside the bag, what exactly? That's what we caught. That's the only part.
After recovering Cujo's severed hands and head, the officers were set on retrieving the rest of his remains. Alex revealed that he disposed of it in the dumpster of a nearby church, and went so far as to brag that the chances of recovering it were slim to none. However, when officers investigated the dumpster for themselves, they discovered 2 duffel bags inside, infested with maggots. As they tried to remove one of the bags, it tore, and the officers were forced to watch in silent horror as Cujo's torso slid out and hit the pavement.
Just wanted to, before we went inside talking, Alex was telling me, I'm just going to put the same report on the table, okay, Alex? Shoot. Alex, if you can, since Tom wasn't sitting here just a second ago, just run through that with what you're telling the other detective.
Alex begins eagerly recounting a story so disgusting and despicable, it far outshines everything the detectives have learned thus far. Alex no longer has anything to hide, and as a consequence, he finally discusses in detail what happened the night he slaughtered Cujo. And it's more horrifying than anyone imagined.
It's that night, after everything took place, we didn't argue anything, but I did tell him, I'm not going to speak about anything like cannibalism, it was more so about him being, I asked him if he knows about cannibals, and he said, he's good with them, and he'd find out. So I asked him, is he ready to die? And he's like, no, he's not ready to die. So too bad he made that picture with that.
And what did you do, Alex?
Well, that night, I know he's into gospel and everything, so I played some gospel music, and then he was singing, came at him, I stood over him, and, when the word with the arm, took the axe, and just went to work on his head, and hit him about twice. And then after that, I let him bleed out, and then took his heart off. After I took his heart off, got my knife, cut him off.
Every epic adventure begins with the right gear. Blaine's Farm
Oh,
is
my
everything
goodness.
you need to get out, explore, and enjoy the outdoors. With quality supplies from trusted brands at the prices you deserve. Blaine's Farm and Fleet. Being original.
Fuck no, Blaine's is expensive as fuck.
Lack of emotion.
Trying to charge me $100 for a fucking oil change.
Not quite as disturbing as his choice to play Cujo's favorite music while butchering him. Was he trying to give Cujo a final moment of peace before his execution? Or was he mocking his victim before sending him to his grave? Regardless, this sick preparation must have given Alex time to pause, to reconsider his actions, or even to selfishly consider that his next act would alter the course of his own life for good. But given that he chose to stand over Cujo in these moments, it seems more likely that Alex enjoyed this part of the process as well. He then proceeded to swing the same long-handle axe he used to cut trees into Cujo's face, then cut him up the way he would the animals he trapped in his backyard.
How did you get the parts outside?
Just walk.
I mean, did you chip over anything?
Wrap them up in the back.
And choke him? Where?
To the church.
Any particular reason beyond the church? I mean, was there any particular reason that you did that?
Honest about it.
There was an issue with your brother. Finally, some things. Tell me about that.
Not what he found. He doesn't know, so.
He's smart enough. Like you are really smart.
Not that smart, but he doesn't know the circumstances behind it because sometimes his judgment clouds him. He may not have seen because when I'm not around, he's the second, at least second in charge. And if he can't recognize the threats on his own family, then what is
what do you think should happen to you for this?
Put me in scenes now.
Are you insane?
No, I'm not. However, the action, that didn't make me look insane towards society. But basically what I did was ancient, right? I'm getting rid of let's go.
And that's the way you look at Cujo.
That's ancient justice.
Though Alex may be basking in his crime, he seems lucid and afraid of punishment enough to minimize his own sentence by recommending he be remanded to a psychiatric facility. Even with everything he's revealed so far, Alex still had one last sickening detail to share.
And again, I'm just trying to understand. This was totally symbolic on your part. You're cooking its head and hands. You removed the sands from his body so that they could not touch anyone anymore. I guess his head disgusts you. And you wanted to deform the head, cook away the hands, eat some of them, and do his heart.
Wait, so are they trying to get him to basically say, are they, wait. Let me get this straight. They're trying to get him to admit to stuff by claiming what he did was symbolic. Because, like, we all know what they did. Because he said it, ancient religion or whatever, fucking ancient justice. Bro, yeah, they did some crazy shit back in the day, like the Egyptians and shit like that. And I love the Egyptians. I love all. Dude, I'm a big history geek. I'm not gonna lie. But we don't need to bring we don't need to bring their rituals back. You know. But I think what they're trying to do here is trying to get him to be like, oh, they think like. I don't know, like he was defending himself? I don't know.
That's only part of it. I didn't eat his head. I tasted some of it. It's tasted whatever, put some barbecue sauce.
Did you use some barbecue sauce?
It's just spice, whole baked spice, the whole bit of sea salt.
How do you feel now?
Just as it said, that's how I look at it.
As sickening as this reveal is, it also could potentially answer one of the remaining questions. The police brought cadaver dogs to the Kinua home, and they did not indicate that there were any human remains. And yet, Alex had butchered and eaten parts of Cujo in the home, and he had a blood-covered mattress in his room. The reason the dogs didn't pick up on the scent could be due to the dog's training and experience, as well as the training and expertise of the handler. If a dog is not well trained, or if the dog is being used in a situation for which it is not trained, such as live detection versus human remains detection, the dog is likely to fail. It's also important to note that by cooking and seasoning the body parts, much of the scent of the remains was destroyed. The dogs look for things like skin cells, and cooking would destroy them, potentially throwing off the dog's ability to detect the remains. However, alone, spices and cooking will not prevent a properly trained dog and handler team from finding human remains. After nearly 6 hours total of interrogation, detectives may just now be meeting the real Alex Kinua.
I mean, this is... we've done it thousands of times, millions of times. I mean, this body is just temporary. It's a body that... I can lose his body. I can't afford to lose my family's body, so
it's a beautiful day outside. It's a very beautiful day. For me here, no matter what the mission, it's always coming back, because always the mission is first. So, the skulls are getting cracked. No. Skulls are getting extracted. Their brains are getting extracted. You know what happens when skulls get extracted? Their brains get sucked out, their noses. And I'm gone. Please believe. The whole.
Cool.
Following his confession, Alexander Kinua was charged with first-degree murder and weapon carrying. Prior to a trial, he was diagnosed with paranoid schizophrenia, and in August of 2013, he pleaded guilty but not criminally responsible. He was then indefinitely remanded to a state psychiatric facility. Though he was deemed unfit to stand trial, it is possible that he could be deemed competent in the future. Alex also pleaded guilty but not criminally responsible for the assault of Joshua Caesar.
Could you use up to $750?
I'm not gonna lie.
Find it at
Fucking
Up
dude.
to $750 is waiting for you. Just donate plasma, get paid for each donation the same day, then treat
Fuck
yourself.
that. I'm not
and
gonna
your
lie.
friend.
Fuck that. Fuck that, bruh. Fuck
This
that.
complete lack.
Fuck that. Man. Y'all be safe, man. Be careful who you bring around. Just know that a lot of fucked up shit can go down and can happen, man. So make sure to always be smart, always be safe. And yeah, man, just don't be stupid, y'all. But yeah, if you guys enjoyed the video, make sure to like and subscribe. Let me think. Do I have anything? Oh, yeah. We're going to be playing Grounded 2. It releases in literally like 10 minutes. So I'm going to go get it bucked up, go get some energy drinks, and we're locked on. We are locked on. And Siege, of course, you guys know I'm going to be grinding Siege. So if you guys want to see those videos, go to my YouTube channel. I will be posting the Grounded right away, and I will be posting